Good morning. So I got to the farm here this morning, and I'm getting working on finding some electrical connections to make that power washer work down to Berkey. Going through the bin here, and we have lots of different stuff. I'm not quite sure that any of them are exactly what we're looking for, but I'm gonna take them down there, and I will, since I have this one that mates both ends, I will at least be able to make it work. If I have to change both ends, I will, but I was hoping to just find one to plug into the cord that I already had. So we'll take these and head down there and start washing some equipment. Well, I made it to Berkey here. Unfortunately, none of these 4 plugs that I brought down fit into that outlet. So what I'm gonna have to do is just replace that outlet and that plug with I think these two, and they will mate up together, and then we'll be able to use it. Okay, I have the ends all mated up, and everything should work, although I don't have it plugged in on the other end yet. But believe it or not, those are actually the ends that are supposed to be on that cord. It's 230 volt, 30 amp cord, and that's what this power washer needs. But the reason that we had that welder plug on the power washer is because that was the plug that we have where we plug it in back at the farm at Waldron, and it was just easier to be able to switch it back and forth between the welder and the power washer. So yeah, and I can't leave them like that because that orange cord we use as an extension cord for all of our sweep auger motors and stuff in the grain system, and it won't match up with the end on the other stuff. What I really need to do is change all of the ends over so they all have the right fittings on them and stuff, but we're probably not going to take the time to do that. So for a water supply down here for our sprayers and stuff, we have these tanks that sit out here by the barn, and we actually use the rainwater collected off the eave troughs to fill them. Works pretty well. You'd be amazed at how much water comes off of this roof just from even 1/4 of an inch of rain. So we also have another tank in the barn here that we used to put fertilizer in it, which is why it's in the containment system here. But we don't anymore, so we just pump water in there so we have more water in case we need it. These tanks are all currently full, and so that's what we're going to use the power wash with. So I've got hose coming out of there, hooked up to a garden hose here that's apparently leaking, over to our power washer. Let's see if everything works. Well, our electric works, we just got to get water to it. The problem with not having a pump is it's got a gravity feed there. Got it. Well, we do have a leak. I'm going to have to see if I can find an O-ring for that. Yeah, it's gonna work. I think I found the problem. Okay, this was a lot longer battle than I wanted to find an O-ring, but I got it, and it doesn't leak. So once we get all the air worked out of the system, this should work. All right, I've been power washing for a while here now. My arm is soaked. Fortunately, I got the rain pants on, so my pants aren't too bad, but I'll show you what we've done. Gotten most of the dirt out from these chains and stuff. I don't know if you guys saw in yesterday's clip how much stuff there was in there before we started to blow it out. Still got some work here to do yet, but we are getting close, I guess. I want to lift it up so I can get underneath it a little bit easier. And the problem is that with the power washer, you get the dirt loose, and then it blows all over everything else, and you got to keep rinsing it down. So once it gets to the ground, then it's off. But like that was clean a while ago. So we are getting there. It's lunchtime, so I'm gonna go find something to eat, and then I might go over to the field where Dad's chiseling and run that for him while he gets something to eat, just so we can keep it moving. So while I've got these snouts up, though, it does give you a pretty good look at how these row units work a little bit more. I know I've already talked about it some, but the snap and rolls are down in between there, underneath. And these are the gathering chains. They are tensioned by this front sprocket. It moves, slides on this arm, which is tensioned by the spring that's inside of this spacer here. Which them are dirty. Yeah, look at that. But yeah, so that moves and gives the spring some tension. These are just a little bit loose. I would like to see maybe about half that much gap in that spring, so I'll tighten them up before we put this away. Last year we tore all of this stuff off, actually painted it and did a whole lot of work to it, so like I said before, I don't think we need to do that so extensively this year, especially considering that we didn't put as many acres on it. So I should probably not let the electrical connections lay in a puddle of water. Well, I went and got some lunch, and then stopped at the field where Dad was working to see if he wanted to go to lunch, and he did. So I'm making a few rounds with the ripper here. He's going to come back so I can keep power washing this afternoon. Today's actually a pretty nice day for being the end of November. I think it's almost in the 50s, if not really close to it. So yeah, when you get warm weather like this, you take advantage of it. Power wash when you can, because otherwise it'll be 20 degrees out pretty soon, and then the water freezes. It makes things much more challenging. So as much as this job sucks, at least we're getting it done with some decent weather conditions. All right, well, Dad's back, so he can go to that. I'll go back to power. Okay, I'm making progress here. I think I've gotten to the point where I've pretty well blown everything loose, and I just need to rinse it out. So I'm just gonna, kind of with a low pressure on, keep going over the whole head and rinse everything down. Like up under there, there's a bunch of stuff. And then once I get that done, I'll put it on the header cart, probably rinse it down again. Just find some of the more spots where there's some stuff yet. And then we're gonna grease it, put it in the barn, and call the corn head done. I think I'm gonna call this done. It's not perfect, see? But it's not bad. I've certainly been less thorough this year than what I have done in the past and what I would, I guess, consider normal. Part of that is because I just want to do it here and leave it in this barn. Part of it is because I did so much last year, though. So one piece down, about 15 more to go. Grain cart's next, I think. Next up, this one will take longer. Okay, it's cleaner than it was. Not perfect by any means yet. I did not get inside at all. I kind of would like to do that at some point, but it's starting to rain and it's going to get dark relatively soon, so I'm going to quit for tonight and try and get some stuff stacked inside the barn. So that is the current plan. Dad was still chiseling, but I don't know how long he's going to be able to if it starts raining. He did get them corn stalks done over there, though, so that is good. All right, well, I got the grain cart put inside. Phil got a semi and our tractor and mower put in on the other end of the barn. I got the corn head in over there. Stuff's kind of tucked away, I guess. I couldn't get the combine in, we just don't have room for it, but that's fine. I'm not going to worry about cleaning that up down here. I'm actually going to take that back to Waldron, and we'll tear everything apart there because that's a much bigger project than I want to tackle here. I would like to spend maybe another hour or two washing on that grain cart at some point, and I want to get the bean head out and go over that a little bit, and then we'll just put the rest of that, or put that stuff back in the barn. Take the combine, the tractor, the 2 trucks, and head back to Waldron with them. I am gonna head over to the field where Dad is chiseling, take over for him, hopefully get that finished. We'll see. It stopped sprinkling for now, so maybe we'll have a couple of hours. There isn't that much there, so yeah, we'll see how this goes. So I am gonna run this chisel for Dad, finish this field. All we gotta do is get over there to what we've already done. Shouldn't take too terribly long. It says there's about 24 acres left. Call it 2.5 to 3 hours. It's 4:30 now, so that won't be too bad tonight. So this field is, obviously it's bean stubble, and can you see those lines out there? This is the field where they put that hog manure on. We left here 30 acres or so for them to do that, and we weren't sure if we'd be able to chisel it or not. Didn't know how wet that would make stuff, so we put about 5,000 gallons to the acre of liquid hog manure on this field, knifed it in 4 or 5 inches deep, and so yeah, it seems to have soaked in really well. We're going to just finish chiseling it. It's actually pulling pretty easy here. I'm going a little bit faster than I had been able to in any other field, so yeah, finish this up. Hopefully the rain holds off for 2-3 hours yet, and then we'll have all of the tillage down to Berkey done. And if it rains tonight, tomorrow, whatever, we can take our time, move some equipment back up to Waldron, keep cleaning some stuff up, and see if we get another chance to do any more tillage up there or not. I don't know how well you can see it, but some of these slots where they injected the hog manure still have quite a bit of liquid in it, and when it hits them disc gang blades, it goes flying. And in the cab here, the smell is not horrible, but I really hope nothing breaks down out there, because I do not want to go have to work on that ripper out in this field right now. It would not be pleasant. Down to about 11 or 12 acres to go. Oh, it's sort of hard to see, but not a whole lot left. Maybe another hour, maybe a little over an hour with the end rows and stuff. So down to the end rows. All right, well, I am done here. Just finished up, and look at that. Those are raindrops. Just starting to rain here, so finished up just in time, I guess. I'm going to leave the tractor right here for tonight, and I don't know if we'll be down tomorrow to get it or not. I have my boys tomorrow. Tomorrow is the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. You know that because it's probably Thanksgiving when you're watching this, so happy Thanksgiving. And so yeah, I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I've got my boys. I probably won't be working, which means no video, so sorry about that. But yeah, I am really happy to have all of the tillage done, all of the crops done, at least the tillage here at Berkey done. You know, we didn't do any fall tillage down here last year because it was too wet. We just never had an opportunity to do it. Our harvest was late, and ground conditions were quite poor, and so it didn't get done. So it was important that we did it this fall. So I'm really happy to get that done. It's nice to have some of the equipment down here when we're finishing, so we can just store it in the barn down here. That corn head, the bean head, grain cart, one of the semis. So we'll finish cleaning some of that stuff up when I get a chance to get back to it. We need to start moving some equipment back to Waldron, the combine, this tractor, the tractor that's pulling the grain cart, the other 2 semi-trucks. That stuff's all got to get driven back. So we'll get to that here. I don't know about tomorrow, maybe Friday. And yeah, we'll at least be getting something accomplished here, I guess. But it will be nice to have a little bit of a break here over the next couple of days and the holiday. So I'm looking forward to that. We do have maybe another 200 acres of ground that we would try and do some chiseling on at Waldron if we get a chance to do so. If we don't get to it, it's not critical. It's not the end of the world, so that's okay. I've also got a couple more fields of corn stalks that I'd like to run that disc over. So the field work is definitely winding down for 2019. We are in that transition period over to cleanup, maintenance time and stuff, so that's good. I'm looking forward to changing stuff up a little bit, doing something different. Being able to go home at 5 o'clock at night instead of 10 o'clock at night, that will be nice. And yeah, I hope you're still enjoying the videos. Keep watching them. Hit the like, subscribe buttons. I promise I'm going to keep putting out good content through the winter. It's going to change a little bit and stuff. I have been thinking about when I'm power washing and doing some of these other things that I really can't film it while I'm doing it, but I do have a GoPro. I might get that out, try and do some time-lapse stuff, or at least set it up where it can record some of what I'm doing and I can get some of them clips into the videos. The problem is it really complicates my editing process, because right now just doing everything on my phone, I put them all together at the end of the day and upload it straight to YouTube from there, and it's quick and it's easy. And as soon as I start using a secondary camera system, then all of a sudden I got to figure out how to transfer videos, and it makes it a lot more of a process. So we'll see how I can do that and keep it simple and stuff. But yeah, so that's all for tonight, and hopefully, yeah, I don't know when the next video is going to come out. If I do something tomorrow, I will put a video out that I guess will come out on Thanksgiving. If not, it might be Saturday before you see another video from me, because it'll be from Friday. So happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you later. So when I got home tonight, my boys are watching my videos on the TV. Which, by the way, if you get a chance to watch my videos on the TV, they're way better.